That's AOC on the stage. About 6 minutes. 6 minutes. We welcome our good friend, our dear friend. She's got 4 great shows here at Fox. Of course, the hit show, The 5, and I'm watching America's Newsroom every morning.
Are you?
Of course I am.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be on with you guys on Thursday.
I know, I'm excited.
And our friend Charlie Hurt is here as well. This is important to me. I was watching AOC, and I thought it was important to run it because I used to say about AOC, she was the Speaker of the House, and Nancy was Speaker in name only. Now, this has now come full circle. Think about this, because here is the sponsor of the $93 trillion radical communist socialist, use whatever name you want, Green New Deal, and Kamala co-sponsored that bill in the Senate with Bernie Sanders, like she co-sponsored Medicare for All, universal health care, which would eliminate private health insurance. That is this new radicalized Democratic Party that they're trying to hide from. Is that why they...
I found that whole thing totally bizarre in a way. But first of all, she's a great speaker. She had the crowd hype. For the most part, Democrats always talk over the speakers. They listened to her. And she is a great opening act.
Because I was a bartender, too. Maybe one day they'll listen to me. I
was a great waitress as well. But it also seemed very disconnected to reality. She was talking as if Biden and Harris hadn't been in office for the last 3.5 years. She was talking about people having to go back to work because they couldn't afford things. I'm like, yeah, well, when did that happen? Right? And she's talking about immigrant families starting out and how Kamala Harris is their personal. Yes, we know. Yes, that's absolutely true. She also is talking about how non-college educated workers, like, well, Donald Trump has all those voters now, and he has the rural vote. They are now the party of the elite. And then she said, President Trump just wants to do things for his friends on Wall Street. As far as I can tell, he doesn't have any friends on Wall Street.
That's a good point.
I don't understand what she was saying. It was a great speech, but it didn't make any sense.
That's a great analysis. Well said. I think Dana tapped into something that's really true, and that is, I know they're hiding their Hollywood friends. There'll be a few of them here, but not many. I know they're kicking people out of a diner so that they can put their friends in their place rather than talk to everyday people. And I love diners. When I was done closing the bar at 4:30 and cleaning it, when I was 17, 18, 19 years old, I would head straight to the diner and read the local newspaper. But the point is, everything about this is phony. Everything about her is now phony. It is contrived. It is not real. It is the opposite of everything she has now stated and stood for the last 5 years. How is that?
Yeah, and it's never more comical than when she says, on day one. Yeah. And you're like, wait a minute, I did the math, and it's day 1,460, I think, that you'll be president if you win. And you're right. The last thing that she wants, the vice president wants to do is to run on a record. And I agree with you, Dana, that AOC is a wonderful speaker. She's a great hype person. She had everybody on the edge of their seats. But I think that it's almost a little bit of a problem because Kamala Harris does not command that kind of attention in a speech. She can read a teleprompter very well. But it's not the same as what we just saw right there, and I think that's a poor comparison for the vice president.
But wasn't it kind of unimaginable when AOC came out with the Green New Deal? Like there was a part of us that laughed. 93
trillion.
Who's
laughing now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Right.
That's a good point.
When you think about how the Biden-Harris administration raided the Medicare trust fund in order to help pay for electric vehicle tax credits for rich people.
Right.
And, President Trump, he's going to have to drive home this message. The media is not going to do it for him.
Explain that in more very specific detail, because I was asking Newt Gingrich, Ari Fleischer, Vivek Ramaswamy earlier. I think the most effective ads will be Kamala and Tim Walz in their own words.
100%. Yeah. And I think that Dave McCormick, the Republican Senate candidate in Pennsylvania, was one of the first to do an ad when she was going to be the nominee. All they did was they just put together all of these sound bites of her in her own words. It's the most effective thing. But you got to be out there driving it. The media is not going to do it for them. And they have 78 days to just coast.
Well, it's actually less. If we consider early voting beginning in Pennsylvania and just,
North
31 in North Carolina. Charlie, last word.
And the great thing about those ads that McCormick is doing is all you have to do is go to, at the beginning and the end, and you have Bob Casey or whoever, whatever Democrat a Republican is running against, and you just have them endorsing Kamala Harris, and that's the ad, and they're so powerful.
You have to say.
Yeah. By the way, did you guys get yelled at coming into the building? Because I got yelled at a lot. I don't know if it's me or I just want to know if it's because we work
I could
at
barely
Fox.
get into the place. I mean, for a party that managed to switch out their nominee in the middle of the night in about 12 seconds, they don't know how to get people into a convention center.
Yeah, logistically, they are having some serious
Oh,
problems.
it's terrible. It's a disaster. Well, which would be a government-run anything, right? Like AOC's Green New Deal. Dana, Charlie, great time.
Thanks for having us on your show. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.